Lord Grundy just eased a little to 7-2. Kazam is 5-1 still. Troy Fair 10-1. That's going out. Cadmium 14-1. Kublai and the footman 50-1. And Marley Rufus 100-1.
Soon after the start, they've got a quick turn coming up. I think most of the runners are in. Let's join Peter.
Yes, that's it, and they're running. Cadmium breaks well in the centre. Slip Anchor over on the far side. Lord Grundy well up with them too. And quite closely grouped in the early stages. Slip Anchor going on from Cadmium. Kazan's now gone third. Then Lord Grundy, and behind Lord Grundy is Kublai. A little gap then to Marley Rufus and Troy Fair, and the footman the back marker, and they're really motoring this time. Steve Cawthon setting a really blistering pace on this Slip Anchor. Slip Anchor in the lead from Cadmium in second. Just in behind them comes Lord Grundy with Kazam on the inner, and then Kublai, then Marley Rufus. Troy Fair getting a reminder there already, and the back marker is the footman. Racing towards the turn at the foot of the hill, with Slip Anchor still with the advantage from Cadmium. Lord Grundy on the outside of Kazam, and then Kublai not quite in the picture. Slip Anchor from Cadmium as they race uphill. Matching strides then are Kazam and Lord Grundy. Then comes Kublai, quite a gap to Troy Fair, who's improved a little. Then Marley Rufus, and finally the footman, beginning to breast the rise now, and still Slip Anchor. Steve Cawthon in the lead. Lester Piggott getting closer now on Lord Grundy. Matching strides, in fact, with Cadmium, and just passing Cadmium, and it's now at Slip Anchor from Lord Grundy being pushed along in second. In third is Cadmium, then Kazam. Labouring a little at the moment. They're all pushing though. They're all pushing with hands on heels except the leader as they race down towards the home turn. It's Steve Cawthon on Slip Anchor from Lord Grundy. Kazam is improving now, and so is Kublai, and Cadmium has dropped right out of it. Troy Fair comes next. They're racing towards the 3 furlong pole. Still Slip Anchor being chased all the time by Kazam and Lord Grundy, both under pressure. Then Kublai coming down towards the 2 furlong pole in this Highland Spring Derby trial. And Slip Anchor is clear of Lord Grundy. Then in third place Kazam. Then comes Kublai. Then Troy Fair trying to make ground, but this is impressive. Inside the final furlong, Slip Anchor striding clean away from Lord Grundy. And he's going to win this in tremendous style, this Highland Spring Derby trial. He's made every yard of the running. Slip Anchor. Steve Cawthon looks over his right shoulder, sees no danger, eases up before the line. Slip Anchor the winner. Lord Grundy is second. It's a photo for third between Cadmium and Kazam, and behind them Kublai and Marley Rufus and the footman and Troy Fair. Well, this was an impressive winner, no doubt about it. The winner of the Highland Spring Derby trial, number 10, Slip Anchor, owned by Lord Howard de Walden, who's yet to win a classic, trained by Henry Cecil, and ridden by Steve Cawthon. And a photograph for second place. Lord Grundy in fact named second, Lord Grundy, and a photo for third. Second, number 3, Lord Grundy, owned by Sheikh Mohammed, trained by Michael Stout, ridden by Lester Piggott, and a photo of a third between Cadmium and Kazam.
They're past the 5 furlong pole. Lester Piggott on the extreme left of the picture. Shadid going sweetly, the horse with the noseband. But Slip Anchor has slipped the field for Steve Cawthon. He's really blazing a trail as he turns around Cattenham Corner. This is a sparkling performance. They've got over 3 furlongs to go. We know the horse stays, and surely Steve has stolen it. They've got just over 3 to go. 1 horse in the picture, and that is Slip Anchor. Steve Cawthon reckons this horse is the best horse he's ever ridden. He could prove it here today, because Law Society's in second place. Supreme Leader is third. Then comes Shadid, who's being pulled up at the rear of the field, but they've got just 2.5 to go. 2 to go. Steve looks right on Slip Anchor. This is the blistering pillar to post victory here. He's 8-10 lengths clear from the second horse, Law Society. Third is Supreme Leader. Theatrical, hanging under pressure, staying on his Lanfranco, but he's not going to get anywhere near his stable companion. That's Slip Anchor. This is Steve Cawthon. Steve's first Derby victory, ridden out to the post, staying home, cutting home well. 1 horse race, and that's Slip Anchor. Slip Anchor the winner. From Law Society second, close for third between Damaster, who stayed on well, and then came Supreme Leader, then Lanfranco, then Fardanti, and behind that one Cambridge, then Theatrical, a disappointing run, then came Royal Harmony, and behind these came...
With the favourite, everyone's saying he was such a good horse. Was there still the fear it would go wrong?
Yes, we thought a lot of him. We thought he had a tremendous chance, but I mean, the Derby, as you said, has been a complete disaster so far. Until you won a Derby, you couldn't really believe
what was the feeling in your camp the last fortnight? After his last performance, obviously, he was
very nervous. You know, something could go wrong. I mean, simply great when he gave the Derby, when he broke his leg, and every day wondering whether he's going to get cast or start coughing or a sore back or a tendon. Or, you know, it's a nightmare, really. And
it's a big team you run at Warren Place. Does that feeling spread right through the team?
I think so. I mean, I'd like to actually... I mean, this day, today, I mean, firstly, to the horse himself, I mean, you know, we must congratulate him and thank him very much to my staff, Paddy, and all at Warren Place, from Paddy to Gordon the gardener. They've all helped me in tremendous ways. To Leslie Harrison and the stud groom and the staff there, and of course to Steve Cawthon, to all of them, you know, congratulations and thank you for making it a great day.
Well, it's a great day. He seems to be a great horse, and it seems an extraordinary surge. You're just saying he got beaten first time. He still looked to an outsider as an ordinary horse. When did you really appreciate that he was a star?
Well, I always thought a lot of him before he ever ran, and Lester got off him and said, you know, he's no good. That's true. He got off and said he's no good.
Yeah. And then through the winter, were you still believing he was a star, or hopeful?
Sorry?
During the winter, were you still thinking he would be a star, or was it just
no, not really. I mean, I thought he was a nice horse, and he's progressed so much. He's just gradually, since Lingfield, he's sort of come on so much.
I remember after Lingfield, you were saying, well, he's almost more of a St. Ledger horse.
Well, I never thought of it being a Derby winner. I thought, well, it looks an easy trial. Let's have a go and see if we can make him a Group winner. But since then, he's begun to tell me something different, which I didn't know. Remember the Champion Mile, and I ran him at Folkestone and Leicester, and it takes a bit of time with me for it to sink in that they are any good.
Well, it certainly sinks into the horses themselves. And finally, where do we see him again? Where does he go?
Well, I don't want to go for the Irish Derby. Probably we hope King George and the Voltage and St. Ledger. Those are the sort of the programme if everything goes all right, and if he comes up to it.
For all of us, Henry, many congratulations.
Well, thank everybody. Thank you.
Henry Cecil, the champion trainer.
In the relative calm of the paddock and the horse boxes, some 200 yards away from the winning post where Slip Anchor cruised home first, we've got Dave Goodwin and the horse himself. Dave, obviously a fantastic moment for you. He's not standing still and posing for the camera. Yeah. Dave, I mean, we've spoken to Henry, and he said that basically the horse was just an ordinary maiden sort of animal last year, or a good class maiden. When did you believe he might be something special, a group horse, a Derby horse?
Well, I always believed that one day he might, because he's that type of horse. You know, he's big, he was backward, but he just had that something about him. I mean, he's beautifully bred. His dam's bred classic winners in Sandy Island last year. She was a really good filly. And I always felt that when he got a distance of ground and when he was allowed to use his, what I can only describe as a tremendous action he's got, and he stays so well. And when he got the opportunity of displaying his best points, I thought he'd make a good horse. Obviously, I never thought he'd be this good. I don't think anyone can.
But best day of a lifetime, Dave?
Yes, I'd have to say so, yeah. It was something special.
Well, Dave, thanks for letting us join in it. Best of luck, and we'll let you get on now.
So tell us about Slip Anchor, the celebrations in the
Well, it's so funny, David. I used to ride Slip Anchor as a 2-year-old. You won't believe I think he won at Nottingham first then. And then, what he used to do, David, pulling up, you trot him, and he'd stop, and he'd run round like a dog and try to catch his tail. And obviously fall over because he's going round and round. That's as a 2-year-old before he ever ran. And Mr. Cecil said, Yummy, what are we going to do? I said, we'll have to trot him about 2 furlongs instead of pulling him up straight away. Anyway, we got him out of that habit, and he won well as a 2-year-old. He went on to be a 3-year-old, as you know, and on Derby Day, we're all in the horseshoes. We all got the champagne ready, and they said, when are you going to open this champagne, Yummy? I said, now, Tattenham Corner. Get in there, my son.